Greg at 3 Dimensions of Music, take 4. Hello friends, vinyl community. Responding to a thread by Steve at All the World's a Stage, new VC friend up in Chicago. He created this thread for Tommy Bolin as one of his favorite artists, as it is mine. I think Steve did this on a lark to see if he'd get any responses, judging from the comments. He was expecting 0 responses. I'm hoping he's getting a few. I'm going to be one of them. I really adore Tommy Bolin's talent and always have from way back. Now Steve has 12 questions in order, and I'm going to go over these real quick, but I wanted to show you, I actually was going to do a deep dive on Tommy Bolin, and I know my deep dives don't match Jeff Witcher's. His are primo. This is more like a hillbilly deep dive, but I made a few notes for myself here. Tommy Bolin, if you're not familiar with the guy, he was a guitarist back in the 70s. He actually died at 25 years old in 1976. So he started out playing since he was like 10 years old. He just loved the guitar. He ran away from home, which was Sioux City, Iowa. That's where he was born. So I guess around 15 years old, he told his mom and dad, this just ain't working out. He was getting kicked out of school because he had long hair, getting a lot of blowback from that. I can imagine that up in Sioux City back in the day. He went to Denver and ended up meeting some people in Denver, and his music career took off with the band Zephyr and Energy out of that area, and then through different connections he met other people and went on different albums. Unfortunately, we lost him too soon. He did open for Jeff Beck. He was a close friend of Jeff Beck in the day, and he opened on his Private Eyes tour back in 1969. He actually had a big heroin problem and barbiturates. When he went out to Denver, the club owner back in the day, they paid the musicians in cocaine and drugs because it was easier to pay him instead of cash. So he got hooked on drugs at an early start in his career, and it just kept snowballing. But that was kind of normal back in the day for a lot of people. But for I guess for his body, it just didn't work out too well for him, no doubt, at all. But so much for that. The first question is, show your favorite Tommy Bolin t-shirt. Well, I'm wearing it, Steve. Let me show it to you. There you go. Tommy Bolin. Now, I know it's not one you normally see, but check, Tommy Bolin t-shirt. Next one, show your favorite Tommy Bolin book. Well, unfortunately, the only autobiography I have is Frank Zappa, so he'll have to stand in for Tommy on that one. Great book, I love it. It's funny. It's a black and white, double-spaced, which is perfect for me. I'm a big fan of Frank Zappa. That's all I'll go on that one. Show an album from the band Zephyr is number 3. And I have, let's see what Zephyr album I have here. This one here. And in this album, on Zephyr, this is one of the first bands that made it a little big to make albums. There was the Zephyr band. The one thing I noticed about this album, this is I think he made 2 albums with Zephyr. I only have this one. I do like it a lot. I believe it's this young lady in front. She was the main attraction in Zephyr more than Tommy was at the time. Her voice reminds me of Janis Joplin. Great pipes. She sounds great. Of course, Tommy's in there playing a guitar, and it's excellent at the time, but it was more geared towards this woman. So I think at the time they made the Zephyr, they made a couple albums, they just couldn't make it big out there. So the next thing he did was get into other bands. First one, now this one here is Show Me an Album from the James Gang, is number 4. And I have this particular one, Miami. He played on this one. Great on Atco. when he stood in when Joe Walsh stepped away. James Gang of Miami. Next one, I want to throw this in. I got this last year at the flea market. I really was, to me, a blind buy because I wasn't sure how good this would be. To me, this has come to be my favorite James Gang album. This is their debut, the James Gang Your Album. I wish they. I'm hoping that they. I would love to see Chad out at Acoustic Sounds do their wonders with this, because this would be a great album. It's one of my favorites. It's on Bluesway label, ABC Records. I just want to throw that in. Let's see. Show me an album cover where Tommy Bolin was photoshopped. Well, I guess there's only one, as far as I know, and I do have it. James Gang Bang. He stood in and made this album too. I do like this album. It's underrated. It is kind of a creepy cover with his head on there. I kind of noticed that when I bought it. You could tell back in the day that we're limited in their ability to Photoshop. But they did the best they could. James Gang. Bang. All right, got that one out of the way. Check. Show me an album cover where Tommy Bolin was photoshopped. I did. Show an album where Tommy Bolin was a guest musician. Well, this is actually how I got introduced to Tommy Bolin as a guest musician. Spectrum, Billy Cobham. This is on A&M, or Atlantic. Yeah, Atlantic, not A&M. Love this album. It's one of my top 5 that I really enjoyed. When I heard that guitar playing in some of the songs, I thought, who the heck is that? When I looked, it was Tommy Bolin, and from then on I was hooked. I looked for him everywhere I could find him. So Spectrum was the guest one that really affected me, where he played with Billy Cobham, and that's where he got into the jazz fusion side of it, instead of staying with the blues and the rock and roll. Another one I have that it took me a little while to find, because it was hidden in my collection, is Alphonse Mouzon. This is called Mind Transplant. This is actually Alphonse Mouzon here talking to himself. It's on Blue Note, and Tommy Bolin guest guitar played on this one too, Alphonse Mouzon. Next one is show an album that Tommy Bolin played on with Deep Purple. I don't have this album on vinyl, but I do have it on CD. This is a 35th anniversary, so there's 2 CDs in here with a different remix, and it's excellent. It sounds great. I'm glad I found it. It was at a flea market, obviously, but I was just really thrilled to find this. I haven't found the vinyl yet, but having this is just as good to me. A couple of great CDs. It's a 2 CD set. So Come Taste the Band, Deep Purple. That's when Tommy joined Deep Purple, I believe in the 70, let's see what I have here. Deep Purple was 75, 76, the James Gang was 73, 74, and Zephyr, when he started out, was 69 to 71. All right, show a live album Tommy Bolin played on. Well, the only live, Tommy Bolin has a lot of live material in different albums that were put out, different compilations, but this is called Tommy Bolin Best of Live. It's a 2 CD set, and it's got all his great hits from Teaser on down, Post Toasty, which I love, Homeward Strut, Craze Fandango, a lot of great guitar, just he rips. I loved his guitar work. So that's what I have for live for Tommy Bolin. Then I have another one live at Ebbets Field. Again, I don't have this on vinyl. I'm not even sure if they put it out on vinyl. If they didn't, I wish they would. But it's a lot of great Tommy Bolin songs live, very relaxed, having a good time, you could tell. All right. Show Tommy Bolin's first solo album. I have that one, Teaser, great album. It's on an Emperor record label. Tommy was always full of life. Everybody that talked about him said that he was just an inspiration to everybody. Sometimes they just didn't even notice about the drugs because he was such a great guy and everybody loved him. Let's see. Show Tommy Bolin's second solo album, which is Private Eyes. I do not have a copy of Private Eyes. I think I had one when I was in the service, but it got mixed in with some other guy's stuff, and I lost it, so I never got it back, which is okay. I got a lot of Tommy Bolin. But instead, what I'll do is I'll show what I picked up in the last few record store days of Tommy Bolin, which is quite a bit of stuff. This is Tommy Bolin called Whirlwind. It's on a label I'm not familiar with. It has a lot of great songs on here, old and new. What the heck is this called? Purple Pyramid, 2013. It's a 2-record set. Whirlwind. Next one. Come Taste the Man. This is on Friday Music, that label. Again, a lot of great Tommy Bolin songs, including Teaser. Where's Post Toasties on here? That's a given at a concert, Post Toasty. Next one up would be Tommy Bolin Lives, If It Were Only So. It's on a color variant. And again, this was released during the record store days. This is Friday Music. Same thing. And then these last two, after his first band, he went into a band and he formed with Energy. And the bass player from Energy would lead him down the road with Billy Cobham, actually with Deep Purple, and then Billy Cobham, because the bass player played with, bass player played with Deep Purple at first. No, what was it? He knew the bass player here, and word of mouth, Tommy got around as good as he was. So I bought the Energy and the Energy 2. It's a little different than I'm used to with Tommy Bolin, but I do enjoy them both because it's Tommy Bolin. It's more rock and roll and some fusion. And let's see, so that was my record store day stuff. Talk about seeing Tommy Bolin live in concert. Well, I wish I could. I never did see Tommy Bolin live in concert, but I did watch him live in concert on YouTube just a few days ago when I was doing my homework. So I put it in my playlist on my channel under recommended listening. There's one song there, it's about 6.5 minutes long, where he played Highway Star with Deep Purple over in Japan. It's a great song if you want to check it out. Number 12, show a Tommy Bolin box set. Well, I have the Teaser box set, 40th anniversary. Has a great book in it. I'll show you some pictures of it in a second. And the other box set, I only have 2 of them. This was an earlier one that I bought a very long time ago. This is called the Ultimate. It's a 3-record set, a compilation, as it were. They call it a retrospective. All his great songs back in the day, whether it was from all the albums or concerts. It's a mix, so it's pretty good. It's made by Geffen Records. Geffen Records, really quiet, a wonderful set because it's one I originally bought, so it's well taken care of. These boxes were kind of flimsy, but not too bad for considering how old it is. And then the Teaser album, the Teaser anniversary album, real quick. Had a couple of great pictures in here, and I wanted to see, that was actually not the Teaser, and this is something that you can't get on CDs usually, at least in this kind of splendor, but there's a couple of, this is the booklet that came with it, and there's some wonderful pictures of Tommy in here. See if I can come up here and show you. There's one in particular here that is a popular one. Let's see if I can find it. Tommy sitting there with his guitar and I believe a martini maybe, or some type of White Russian possibly. I'm not sure. It's a creamy drink, but he looks great. He was a handsome dude. I'm sure he did have a girlfriend most of the time from what I read. And he stayed, I would think he stayed true to her, who knows, with these rock and rollers. But there's a lot of great pictures in here. That's him as a baby. Let's see if I'm holding up high enough. A lot of great tributes in here. This was made after he passed away, and they called this stuff. He was, let's see, one of these ones I read was, see if I can find it. Nikki Sixx is in here, Richard Bolin, his brother, John Hammer. was on the Mahavishnu. That's where they got him together with Billy Cobham. Carmen Apiece was very fond of him. Jeff Cook, let's see, where's the other one at? Narada, Michael Walden, the drummer. Willie Dixon. Rick Bowen, that was his brother. I think the other one was his father. There's all his different albums, which I don't have them all. And there's that great picture. A lot of great stuff about Tommy Bolin. There was one in here, nice tribute song. Oh, there he is. Fantastic book. All right, that about finishes it. Steve, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everybody gives me a nice comment. I appreciate it. And I want to say goodbye to my beautiful granddaughters out of London, Madison, Charlotte, and Evelyn. I love you guys very much.